I only have 5 toes. I typically lie to people and give a wild story.
A shark ate them.
Mine's a little bit more appropriate than that.
It's gotta be dark meat.
Dark meat is juicier, but I typically go for the breast.
I like the dark meat.
I unzip myself and I get myself together, but I'm like, I don't know if it's about to hit the urinal or the wall or anything. I'm just like, I'm peeing on faith.
Queso, I could eat a tub of that all day long.
It's actually pronounced queso.
It's actually pronounced shut the hell up.
You ready? Let's get it. Absolutely not. Oh boy.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of That's How You Feel. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Levi. This is Caleb Anthony to my left, to the left, to the left. Anyways, we have a very, very, very special guest with us today. We would like to introduce you to Cassie. I didn't say your last name because I didn't want them to come find you, but
That's okay. That's all right.
You know, it is. How are you doing, Cassie?
I'm great.
I'm great. Caleb, give us 3 facts besides she's a car about Cassie.
That's not. Don't do that. Anyway, 3 facts about Cassie.
Before we get to that, as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, just want to let you guys know, we now officially have a Patreon.
We sure do.
Do I know what that fully means?
Nope.
But our producer does.
We're on Patreon. That we have on the Patreon, we have bonus content. We have extra questions of the day. I think we even got discount codes for our merch. So you can get on our Patreon.
You can submit
I don't know what the
question of
levels
the days.
are.
Yeah.
Check it out.
We're learning. Our producer's the real pro here. So
yeah, make sure you check out our website. That's how you feel show.com. Check out our merch. Buy our merch. I'm not going to tell you again.
He's a little aggressive, but we appreciate everyone that has supported us so far. The 3 people, it's been phenomenal.
Real quick, before we do anything else, shout out. I just want to send a shout out to the very first person to place an order and buy one of our shirts. The first person to do it was Abby Stark.
That's right.
We're going to drop a photo of her right here. Shout out to you. Because she was the first person, when we launched the shirt, she placed order. She was order 001.
Pretty much immediately.
It was immediate. And it came out of nowhere for me. And I was like, whoa, I did not think that Abby would. I'd have thought one of my close friends that I see on a regular basis would have done it. But nope.
Anyways.
The rest of you.
So shut up.
Feeling a little called out.
He's just a little got that salt today.
Yeah.
So give me some interesting facts about Cassie, Caleb. What you got?
Besides owning a very, very, very cool truck.
Now she's a truck.
Little girl driving a big truck.
She does drive a nice truck.
Cassie, she's a consultant in the healthcare tech space. She
likes Marvel movies.
Does she?
We went to one together.
Did we?
Deadpool.
Literally in her.
We went to go see Deadpool together?
All 3 of us.
Did we really? That's crazy. She's a big Marvel fan. And
Caleb, I'm going to get a nurse practitioner on this show to diagnose you with early onset Alzheimer's.
That's fine. I'm just trying to think about what are the cool things I know about Cass, because
clearly nothing. You can't even remember we went to a movie. Anyways, we are very delighted.
I thought we were so much closer than this.
Yeah.
No, but
he's kind of trifling.
Here's the thing. I'm trying to not say she's got 1.5 feet.
Oh, that is true though.
But I don't.
That's an interesting fact. Instead of sitting there like you don't know her.
But see, I don't want to say it because I don't want her to show it, because I don't want her whipping her foot out every time she gets an opportunity.
We'll keep the foot away today.
Do you have a half cut foot?
I only have 5 toes, so I don't have 10. I only have 5. So on the couple episodes ago that I watched, you talked about what body part would you get rid of, and you said your toes.
Yeah,
and I said, fact check. This is accurate. You don't need them.
There we go. You can live with nubby nubs.
She doesn't have nubs. It's a.
Yeah.
So
it looks like a golf club.
I'm just curious. Was it from birth?
It's the cutest little nub.
Or did you have an accident?
So I typically lie to people and give a wild story.
A shark ate them.
Mine's a little bit more appropriate than that. But it's tell them I had a bad acid trip. Things got weird. Never done acid, but you know, they always believe me.
So something happens.
I say I cut my toes off. They turn into spiders, but I make it a big spiel. But no, I was just born like that. The umbilical cord wrapped around my ankle, cut off the blood circulation. So as you develop, your toes will sprout. But so there was no blood flow, so it just stayed.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so, but I was supposed to have, my hip was only 25% developed, and it was supposed to be a baby leg, so it was never supposed to grow, and I was never supposed to walk. So my mom would take me to Shriners in St. Louis, and then here and behold, I can walk. I've run 2 half marathons. I can roller skate. I can wakeboard. I can water ski, and I'm fine. Never been to the doctor.
And she pays full price for her pedicures still. They do not give her a discount.
I do. Full price.
That's
messed up.
They still got to rub the nubs. So.
That's true. You got to get a good massage.
What did you say that was, Levi? You said it was trifling?
Trifling. Shout out Avery.
I got another friend that I was talking to literally on the way over here. They were like, Levi says trifling a lot. I was like,
the last the Halloween episode, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, I said trifling like every other minute.
Hey, Julia, throw in a trifling count to see how many times he did it on the last episode.
Trifling. You trifling, but that's trifling.
I thought that was great.
Livy, why are you trifling? Those trifling kids would take the whole dang bucket. Trifling. That's trifling. That's trifling. You are trifling. It wasn't the last one. It was the Halloween episode.
She knows what I'm talking about.
Well,
can we move on?
Sure.
Comments?
You didn't even give 3 things about me.
I did.
He doesn't care about people.
I guess you said truck, work, and no toes.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more interesting than that. But
exactly. Y'all not gonna do this to me. Some comments from the previous episodes These comments come from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, TikTok.
Tiki-taki.
So far, no one's left an Apple podcast review though. I don't think we've gotten one.
We've gotten the star reviews.
Yeah, but no one's left a physical note.
Actually, we did get our first 1-star review on Apple.
I pointed that out to y'all.
I know. I'm just talking about it on the podcast.
I got a feeling who I think it was though, but I'm not gonna.
You think it was someone we know?
I think it's someone that I know.
That's messed up. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. And that's and you know what that is? Trifling.
Stop it. All right. So this comment comes from, because I asked, is Harry Potter Christmas or Halloween movie? And this comment comes from Cassie, not you, Cassie, but another Cassie. It's all
Cassie
year
with
round.
A K.
Cassie with a K. It's all year round, and I'll fight on that. Thank you, Cassie, for that comment. I agree. I watch it on any reason to watch it. I'll put it on.
We responded, but we don't want to fight you on it. You know, we good.
Yeah.
We ain't got beef.
What's the fruit on Halloween?
When people hand out fruit on Halloween.
Oh yeah, we were talking about people who houses that give out fruits. Weirdos. This comment comes from
Kinsey with a K.
Another K name. There's a guy on one of our normal routes that just put handfuls of shelled peanuts in a bag.
Is that not messed up?
That to me, I imagine that being a last minute hasty decision. Oh crap, it's Halloween. What do we have? Peanuts. Let me get these sandwich bags real quick, and just starts throwing peanuts.
But it sounds like he doesn't have them in a bag. He just puts
he's just putting
you going through your candy, and all of a sudden you're like, Mom, what's this?
He's just so he's putting unwrapped peanuts. He's just all right, here.
The shut, but the yeah. Our next comment comes from our. While Caleb gets himself together, our next comment comes from our Halloween episode, and this comes from Avery Clemens, and it's
Hi, Avery.
It's about what we were just talking about. Every time Levi says trifling, it makes me giggle, and Caleb said, "Please don't encourage him," which I thought was a trifling response, but you know, I don't know why, but I do. I've always said trifling, and I just say it more.
Do you know because of you, I actually Googled what trifling means.
That's awesome.
After the
I'm
Halloween
starting
episode,
trends.
I was like, okay, I think I know what it means, but let me make sure. And then I read 4 or 5 different definitions of it.
I will say
he's way off, isn't he?
When I was younger, I said, tripping off, quit tripping off, you wheezy. And I used to say that all the time. And actually, Josh Balich, he called some of his black friends in North Carolina. He's like, this dude over here is saying tripping off a wheezy. Is this a real thing? And the guy was like, yeah, but no one says that. Anyways.
Quit tripping off your wheeze.
Yeah, we also had a comment from Laura Lee 6810. Shout out Mama Laura. She said, if this is Levi at Halloween, I don't know if I can handle your Christmas episode. And Laura, just be prepared. Okay? Because you know when it comes to Christmas, the snow's coming down. We're watching it fall. Oh, we're talking about Thanksgiving today. I dressed in like cozy because I feel like as this season gets going, we get a little cozy. I was not about to sing the All I Want for hot take, Mariah Carey song, All I Want for Christmas, trash. Next comment.
It's not a trash song, but
It's not a trash song. I just don't like Mariah Carey.
So
Sorry.
again, I figure whoever pulls the comments needs to read the comments because I don't know what this is. I know it's the service industry, but I forgot what the question was.
It was in reference to you arguing with me and Michaela maybe about what service industry meant, because we were talking about Target versus restaurants.
Yeah.
And we responded. He responded that he is right. Service industry is restaurants. Targets, Dillard's, etc. is retail. Retail is hard during the year, no doubt, but I was referring to working in restaurants.
Boom.
Which is exactly what you responded with. But
I was right.
on that, it did spark a hot debate because, yes, restaurants is...
Service industry.
Yes, but they were saying that retail and restaurants both during this season is just rough.
That is correct. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can't stand you.
That's fine. Let's get into the question of the day.
Question of the day.
No. All right,
Cassie,
Cass.
how do you feel about this tension right now?
I can tell
so
she.
happy to be here. There's not a Chiefs game going on right now.
Oh, let's do the Chiefs score. Hold on. Chiefs score is...
God, I hope they're losing. Are they losing?
It's 7-3 right now, but we're going to come back.
Hey.
Say it,
Let's go
Levi.
Tampa Bay.
Tell him what he is.
He's trash. He's a trifling piece of trash.
Okay. All right, question. What would you do if you could speak any language fluently?
I wouldn't tell anybody. I would not let people know because I would go... Because like when you're around people and like they start talking in their language, like I wonder if they're talking about me.
Are you that self-absorbed? It's not always about you, Levi.
Why don't you answer the question then? Shut up. I'm not done. So I wouldn't tell anybody because I think it'd be funny to sit there and hear what they're saying. And then just after they're done, just come up to them and to respond in their language.
I think that would be a good moment to like call them out, especially if they were actually speaking about
Yeah.
you.
And it's not just about me. It was regardless about whatever.
I think it also like debunks or could debunk if, that thought in the back of your mind, are they talking about me?
Yeah.
You would know the answer.
Yeah. And kind of like,
For
how
all
like,
of us.
okay, I feel women at nail salons. You remember the Angela Johnson's nail salon comedy? It's crooked. No.
Oh yeah.
So you know how
Crystal
it's
Jail?
like you feel like when they're talking in their language that they are talking about you or your feet or something.
Literally, they're definitely talking about my feet.
Yeah. So if I'm sitting there getting a pedicure, I'm gonna be like, oh, so that's how you feel about these grimy feet? Okay. What do you got, Caleb?
I don't really have anything that cool. I think I would want to be a translator. Like I'd want to work like as a translator for somebody or something.
We've already established you're the villain on this podcast. Quit trying to make yourself look good.
No, I've always like wanted to be like multilingual or bilingual so I could like work like honestly, I just kind of want that extra $1 or $2 an hour for like being able to be bilingual.
Oh, so it's all about money for you.
Yes.
That's all you okay.
So my thought was definitely self-absorbed. So I love to travel. So it would just be a really cool opportunity to strategically like travel to move to a certain like country area and be a translator there, make money, be able to travel the world. I'm single, no kids.
Yeah.
It's like, what an opportunity. So that's what I was thinking.
I literally saw a TikTok video recently about Iceland and how cheap it is to live there and how like they have like the lowest amount of stress, like all this stuff. Like I'm about ready to pack up and move to Iceland.
It's beautiful.
The only thing that's holding me back is this podcast. But after today and Caleb's damn attitude,
This
it may
is
not
the
be holding me
last
back
episode.
anymore.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Cassie, we wanted you on from the beginning and sorry. You're our final episode.
You're gonna be our final guest.
That makes sense. Full circle. They've asked me since day one. I'll be the end.
What are 3 things on your bucket list?
I only know of one on my bucket list. Like, I mean, I got like dreams, but I wouldn't say like a bucket list. Like, I just want to skydive.
Me too.
That's the only thing on my bucket list. I mean, there are places that I guess I'd want to travel to Egypt. I want to travel to Japan, but like as far as like a bucket list thing is skydiving for sure. Skydiving. And then I want to see the pyramids of Giza. That's it.
Gotcha. Okay. What about for you, Cassie?
Definitely just travel more. I really want to go to Thailand. That's been on my radar lately. I've been telling myself like every year to go to a different country. So just travel the world more. My answer is going to be so cheesy.
No.
But like on my bucket list, get
Speak
a
your honest
family,
truth.
like start a family.
It's all about where you're at in life. Yeah. Your bucket list, you can always add to it. But I mean, like, what are 3 things that you like that's on your list?
Yeah. Find a husband, have some kiddos.
On this episode of the dating game, contestant number 1 is... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But, obviously start a family, travel, make memories, try to like impact others maybe.
For sure.
Maybe that's like a good one of thinking about like leaving a legacy of like bucket. See, I always go too deep and that's just what I do.
No, that's not. I feel
question. Dumb I said skydiving.
Don't question yourself because be your authentic true self because that is why I know we appreciate your friendship.
Thank you.
Is because you are your authentic true self and don't ever question yourself for others. I am the pot calling the kettle black and I do that way too often.
Yeah.
It's very easy to give other people advice that you're not going to take yourself.
For sure.
But I definitely don't be afraid to be your authentic true self because you are a light in this world that people need to see.
Appreciate that.
So
look,
much.
Don't try to have her crying already. We just got started.
I'm a big crier. I told myself I will not cry.
Also,
so we'll see.
To our listeners and watchers, viewers and listeners, comment below. What are some of your bucket list things? Because I obviously need some better ones. So
no, for sure. Like
we want to know. We want to hear from you.
We do want to hear from you. What are some your top 3 things on your bucket list? I would say number 1 for me is skydive. I think I have to lose weight in order to do that. Because we went to Colorado Springs a couple years ago and I could not zip line. I was the only one in my group because I was 5 pounds over the weight limit. It was pretty embarrassing, but it's okay. But I do want to skydive. Maybe one day. Well, we don't have to do everything together, but
praise God.
I would love
like rejection's protection. Maybe that line they would have hooked you up wrong anyway.
Yeah,
maybe it saved your life. That extra 5 pounds.
I mean, maybe, but it was also the worst experience because my wife had to go by herself and she was terrified.
Oof.
So we were on a trip with 2 couples and us, and my wife. To have me over there would have been secure. She ended up getting sick and throwing up while she was on the other side. I couldn't get to her. She had to zip line back over. Oh. It was pretty bad because I'm like, I can't just try. Like, they're like, your wife is sick, and I'm like, hook me up,
send me on.
So I felt bad because she got really sick, but she had a blast when she was actually doing it. I don't know if she would do it again without me, but another thing I think would be cool is bungee jumping.
No, I'm good.
I think that would be cool. It scares me because I feel like the rope will snap. Just in general. That's something that scares me. But I also I want to travel to Europe specifically. England and Italy are like on my bucket list. I really want to see the Eiffel Tower in person. And then go to England and see the Big Ben and just really there's a town in England called Brighton. Mm-hmm. I used to watch a podcaster that lived there, Marcus Butler, I believe. And not a podcaster, a YouTuber back in the day when YouTubers were the thing. And I really just want to go get some takeaway because that's what they call takeout, fast food. Anyways.
Takeaway. Well, if you ever end up going to Italy, I got all the tips and tricks. I went for 17 days.
I want to go with my wife, and I want that. Talk about cheesy. Yeah. I want that romantic. Us riding a bike with a baguette in the front, going to a little pastry. Maybe there's a little dog as well. I don't know.
Is this Wizard of Oz?
Stopping at a coffee bistro, having some French croissants and coffee, and just staring into each other's eyes as it says, "And they lived happily ever after."
So you want to be in a rom-com?
with my wife.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah. So next question. Do you over or under decorate for the holidays?
I underdecorate. I actually dread like having like I enjoy it, but there are times where I'm like, this is too much. I gotta really, really be in the mood to decorate, but
I don't know though. So, I mean, you don't deck your house out, but you have like, so you have the Christmas tree, and you are so specific about that every year.
I'm specific about the look, but I love the notion of less is more.
And you're also a great gift wrapper.
Yeah, because it's minimalist, it's to the point, it's clear, it's concise. Like I don't want to break out like all these decorations and all this stuff. Like I have an image in my mind that I'm like, all right, let's do the image, and then like, all right, let's not overdo it. I don't like maximalism decor.
Me neither.
You know,
Do you do like a theme? Like,
I
is
always
there a
do a
certain
theme.
Okay. Is it always different every year?
The theme has pretty much been the same for the past like 3 years that I've been decorating.
It was inspired by who?
It was inspired by Levi. When I went to his house a couple years ago, and he had like, I mean, if you imagine Buffalo Check, that's the print of his pants. Buffalo Check, imagine that throwing up in a house. That was this like his house.
Oh, okay.
It was everywhere,
but
and
it was
I thought
beautiful.
It was very nice. Maybe a little much for me, but it was still. I was like, oh, this is the thing I want to do in my house. So the next year, when it was my turn to decorate, I decorated my house in Buffalo Check, and then 2 years after that, I did white Buffalo Check.
Okay, so do you guys flip flop each year?
Yeah. So last year was my year. This year is my spouse's year, and I'm so happy that I don't have to think about it. So now I have an entire year to plan.
And you only have one Christmas tree?
We have one Christmas tree.
Okay.
That's a like interesting tradition that you guys.
Well, it's because this is so I'm not gonna get into it. Let's just go ahead.
What
Do
about
you
you?
under decorate or over decorate?
I would say I don't over decorate. I decorate early, and then my theme's always silver and gold. So
beautiful.
like everything on the tree is like very timeless and pretty. I do a tall, skinny tree.
That's awesome. Like a pencil tree?
Like a pencil tree, like that. Always white lights, and I put it up early. But I don't think I over decorate. If I had children, I think I would decorate more. I will never put lights on my house until I have children. That's just like way too much work for just me. I can go look at everybody else's house.
Okay.
I don't need to go like risk my life.
You don't
Like,
want to be
I don't
like
need to pay somebody to do this.
the Christmas vacation. What's the guy's name in Christmas? I should know this. Ron
Clark
watched that.
Griswold?
Yes, Clark Griswold.
Yeah.
You don't want to be him.
No. But like, it would be fun for my children. Like, I would do it for my children. Like, that's a whole, vibe. Love that. But like, not just for me.
I can't wait till like when we buy a house, we will have lights on our house. I will not put them up.
Yeah,
it's not that I wouldn't or I couldn't. I could, but they now have so many people that you can pay to do that.
Yeah. When
And
this podcast takes off, like maybe I'll hire somebody to put
for
lights
sure.
on my house.
Manifest it.
Yeah.
I would definitely say I don't really decorate that much. I don't have that many decorations. And I just, I'm very minimalistic. Wouldn't you say, Caleb?
I don't feel like that.
No, I'm not feeding into this malarkey that you're trying to spit out over here. I'm not doing this.
I very much over decorate. I love to decorate for fall. I'm always an early decorator, which is the next question is no, that's not. Anyways, I over decorate. We have 5 Christmas trees, maybe 6. We have 5. We accumulate one every year. It's just kind of how it happens.
They go on sale.
Yes, pretty much. I won one from a radio show one year. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so I mean that actually the tree next to Caleb was our very first Christmas tree in our apartment, and it is now deemed the Buffalo Check tree. So I have Buffalo Check decorations on that one. We have a tree for all of our family ornaments. We have like a rustic tree. We have this pencil tree, which we don't have decorations for yet. So we were gonna figure that out, and then we have another tree.
So each tree has a theme.
Yeah.
Okay.
One day my goal is in the house is to have like a Christmas tree or multiple in every room. I'm very much, I like to decorate everything.
Yeah.
Make it a vibe. That's why I'm in pajamas today, because it's cozy season. And so I figured, hey, get cozy. I almost wore a onesie.
I would have loved it.
Yeah. when do you start watching Christmas movies or listening to Christmas music?
I don't know. Like now, I don't ever really think about like it's not Thanksgiving. We can't start listening. Like I have friends that are like, I think my spouse is like that, where she is really kind of like particular about when I can play music in the house. So Christmas movies, like I'll watch Home Alone anytime, any day of the year. Like if it's on, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
The only movie that like I will watch like during the Christmas season for sure is a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Gotcha.
So like, and I don't care when I watch it. I just know that like I have to watch it at least once,
So
and
that's
that's
your
it.
one.
I don't care when it gets played. There's no like real tradition except I got to watch it at least one time. I don't care when. I can watch it tomorrow.
Interesting. Mine's always This Christmas is one I have to watch every year.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's one that since it came out, I've watched it every year.
I love how this
I've
is like
seen
these
that
questions
one.
of the day have to do with Christmas, and this is a Thanksgiving episode.
The next one kind of goes with this one is, do you put your tree up before Thanksgiving? Because that is a hot take. I kind of want to know from you guys out there.
When
as
does
well,
the Christmas tree go up?
when do you guys feel? Because I know, like, if my papa was here, it is absolutely does not go up before Christmas, and he has now accepted that I will always have a Christmas tree up. I said,
Yeah.
if Thanksgiving's at my house, you're gonna see Christmas, but we're gonna celebrate. Don't get me wrong, I love Thanksgiving. I love to grub. I love Thanksgiving food, family gatherings, like love all that.
Yeah.
Friendsgivings, like all that. But what about you?
Yeah, I will put the tree up anytime early after Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the thing is with the tree before Thanksgiving, like have it up, especially if you're hosting Thanksgiving, it's fine to have it up, but like still have fall decor and it not be like aggressive. Like don't have
Yeah.
like snowmen blown up in your yard,
No,
but like the tree doesn't bother me.
I wouldn't put inflatables out. I will say, I mean, my house would be aggressive.
Yeah.
It would
like,
be. It would be like when my trees go up, all my Christmas decor goes up too.
Yeah, my sister-in-law is like that. She
Yeah.
also is like Christmas in July. She was Santa for Halloween. So
Yeah, which
That's
is now,
great.
Which
That's
is
awesome.
now becoming a trend.
yeah.
But also, so like for me, I decorate fall like August through October,
Okay.
typically, and then because that's August is when PSLs come out at Starbucks.
Yeah.
And then
Also the pecan latte this year, very good.
so good.
Oof.
I was surprised by it.
Yeah.
And
blows
have you had the apple crisp one yet?
No, that weirds me out.
No, it weirded
I'm
me out
putting
too.
Fruit in my coffee.
They had samples at Blue Springs Target.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, they said, you want one? I was like, sure. I was like, I'm not going to like this. It was heaven.
oh,
Like
better
so good.
than
I've
the
gotten it ever
pecan.
since. Better than the pecan.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
That is crazy. So I would say go out on the limb and try it.
I'll give it a
Because
go.
I will say a couple years ago, they released one that was apple flavored or something. And I tried it and it was disgusting.
Okay.
So
Good to
this
know.
one is a non-dairy chai latte apple crisp. So good.
I'll
Do
give it a
yourself
go.
a blessing while it's still in and go get it.
I'm gonna have one tomorrow.
I want to hear how you feel about it.
I'll be on the next episode and let y'all know.
Yeah. What's the next question, Caleb? Baleb?
What music artist would you love to meet? I feel like we asked this before.
I think you guys did, and yours was Adele.
Yes. So
No, you said who would you want to sing with?
No,
Maybe.
it was me.
Me?
here's the thing. I wrote this question.
Then why did you ask me to ask it?
A new take on it, maybe.
TikTok. I need you to do your thing. It is on my bucket list is to sing with Adele.
We just asked what was on your bucket list, and you did not mention this.
answer.
Because I forgot about that. TikTok, I need you to share. I need you to tag Adele. I just want to meet the woman. I will sing a song in audition so she knows I can actually sing her songs. I would love to just meet Adele, sing one song with her. She never has to see me again in her life. But TikTok, please do your thing. Tag Adele. If you know Adele, hook a brother up. Just want to meet her. So please, like, I beg of you, that's my Christmas wish is to meet Adele, for her to see like a clip of That's How You Feel podcast and be like, I want to meet that guy. He probably looks like a crazy lunatic right now, but help a brother out. Okay. We love you guys. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift emoji, but
you do the-
make it Levi and Adele emoji,
Can you do
but not in a relationship because I'm married and I love my wife. I just want to sing a song with you. Should I sing now?
I would do it.
Which song should I sing?
The one where you don't sing.
You've been on my mind. I grow grow fonder every day. Lose yourself in time. Oh, at the mention of your name, will I ever... Should I stop? No! How it feels to hold you close.
Incredible. Adele,
Please.
hook him up.
Who do you guys want to meet?
Okay, so
I want to meet Simon Cowell so he can tell you no.
I would say that I've never really fangirled out about celebrities. I'm not gonna get anything from them.
Me neither.
So I've never really thought of it. But I really love Justin Timberlake. Saw him in Tulsa. Absolutely incredible.
He's coming to Kansas City.
I also bought tickets for that.
Nice. Joel is going to that show as well.
I also offered Cass and Joel to go with me to Tulsa when I went, but I actually took Michaela, Mariah, and Jay. So we had a great time. All future or former podcast.
Yeah, former podcast guest. That's right.
Podcast guest. That's what we call them.
No, for Pastor Appreciation Month, the worship team got Joel and Cassie a set of tickets.
That's great. Yeah, I knew that Joel really liked JT. So love him, but I'm going to just follow suit and say all I want for Christmas is an NSYNC reunion.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for Levi.
No.
To get to sing in Hotel.
I don't need to meet them. I just need to see NSYNC live again, and I will pay buku bucks. I want them to come back on
I do feel like they need to have a 1 year reunion tour. It'd be bigger than theirs.
I saw Chris talking about it in a podcast that they're trying to figure out a way for it to work for all of them.
If they do, I need Justin Timberlake to have the blonde tips.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Also permed hair, blonde tips, maybe parachute
the
clothes.
glasses, the super baggy clothes.
Yeah. I would drop Taylor Swift dough on it. I would drop $2,000.
Yeah. And imagine if they performed Bye 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 as the puppets.
I have the puppets in my basement. And the box never opened.
That's incredible. That is incredible. That's a fun fact about Cassie.
I thought that they would be worth something.
No, hold on to them. They will be.
On eBay right now, they're not.
They will be.
They will be, especially if they go back on tour. So I don't really want to meet anybody, but I do want to see NSYNC.
Awesome. Kayla, would you like to answer?
What was the question?
Oh, who would you want Levi to meet?
Who would I want Levi to meet? Was that the question?
Yeah.
Your maker. That's what I want you.
Aww.
I would want you to meet. That's a weird question.
It's because it's not the question, but you were supposed to be a good friend and be like, I really, for the TikTok, really want Levi to meet and sing with Adele. But it's fine. Don't be a true friend.
I would love for you to meet Adele. That way you can stop talking about it. But honestly, I think if you met Adele, you would never stop talking about it. You'd become worse.
I'm glad that you just expect the worst out of me.
I would want to meet either Dr. Dre.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'd want to meet Dr. Dre.
Did you not hear me?
I heard you say Diddy.
Gosh.
Or Diddy. I'd want to meet Dr. Dre or Will Smith. And rest in peace to Quincy Jones. But
rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
He created the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So
yeah,
him or them. Yeah,
them. I figured Will Prince. Will Smith would be up on your list.
Yeah, so, he's always gonna be on my list. I got a good question, and I saw this. Would you rather be fired on a Friday or a Monday? Now, obviously, you don't want to get fired. But if you had to pick the day of your termination, would you rather get fired on a Friday or a Monday? Because I heard that if you get fired on a Friday, that just ruins your weekend. But if you get fired on a Monday, it's you kind of got maybe a day or two to recuperate. You still got the rest of the week to maybe start looking for a new job and all that stuff. So I just was curious, which day would you rather? Which day would you?
I'll let Cassie go first. I have an answer, but I'll let Cassie go first.
I would much rather get fired on a Monday. Mm-hmm. I think it would depend for a lot of people, pay. I'm salary and probably would have a severance, so I'd be straight. I don't want to give you that week. Let me off. I'm out of here.
Like, yeah, because if
But,
you
like,
fired me on
It's a valid
Friday, you knew I was
point,
fired
yeah.
Monday.
But then, like, some people might be like depending on that income. So then, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's cool for them to be able to finish out the week.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, I'm out on Monday. I'll be like working for like all week, the hours I would be finding a new job. So
There you go.
See, my mind goes to, because I'm salaried too, but I don't know that they would. I think they would make my last day like they
A
would
Friday.
cut my set. No, they would cut my, like if I got fired on Monday, like my pay would end on Monday. I, in my mind, my answer was Friday, because one, I then can have a weekend and not worry about having to go to work on Monday, and have that whole next week, and I get like a free vacation. Yes, I'd go job searching, but I'm also like, I get an extended, weekend instead of just sitting at home while my wife's working, being bored. Not being bored. Listen, I had 4 days of the stay-at-home dad life, and ever since that moment, I will say, like, if you guys want to pop this podcast off, I mean, I get Caleb. It's hard. I get it. And for me, it's, sometimes you have to deal with, like, ignoramus over here, me. We love y'all.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's move on to the topic. You know what I'm saying?
We still have another question.
No, I don't think we do.
You're right.
We're having a good time, though. Cassie's here. I'm excited.
I'm excited. What's the Chiefs score?
Oh, yes.
Love you guys.
7-10. That's right. Chiefs back on top. Did you see the video the other day of Jason Kelsey checking someone's phone?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I
I've
thought that was
also watched it
hilarious.
a lot.
Yeah. No, which I know. So earlier, tangent before we get into the topic. So we watched this movie on Netflix called A Woman of the Hour. Have you seen that
I've
yet?
seen the previews, but I haven't. It looks scary.
It's not scary because it's a real life story, but it's like
Oh,
messy.
creepy.
Messed up, but it was about the dating game. It was about a girl who ends up picking a serial killer. Messed up situation and movie.
That would be my life.
That's all I had to say. I don't really know what the point of that was.
Well, I'm glad that you shared it. Jason Kelsey is how we entered it.
Yep. I just remembered I wanted to say something earlier and I lost that train of thought. So what's the topic today, Caleb?
Thanksgiving. I thought we were actually going to talk about Jason Kelsey chucking that kid's phone. Do you agree or disagree with it?
We did just talk about that.
I agree with it.
I agree with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it was
16-year-old Cassie would have done a lot worse.
Yeah. And I think
I was aggressive.
no, because like he already had to apologize for that, and I'm like, you shouldn't have apologized.
I think it was valid. And someone said on the radio he gave the phone back, which is what he had to do, or else he could have gotten in, like, they could have sued him for taking his phone. But no, the dude was being arrogant. Like he was asking for it.
I think the part I will say is in the heat of the moment, I think he backfired using the same slur at the person, which probably wasn't a great decision in that time because I think he said, "Who's the now?"
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
After he broke the phone. There's another video where he says that. And I think his intention obviously isn't to use it in that way, but
He was trying
I
to
think
he's trying
he
to
was in the
teach
heat
a
of
lesson.
the moment, and obviously bad
Yeah.
choice of words. I haven't heard his apology. I don't even know how he apologized or nothing. I do watch their podcast every week, so I'm sure I'll hear about it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I always watch your guys' first, though.
Oh, thank you.
Never mind. I don't like him anymore. He retaliated hate with hate.
He did.
he did.
Did. I think it
I
was
think-
to
No, I'm just
use.
playing. No, like I didn't know that he did that. Like I didn't know that he said that. I thought he just literally took the phone, smashed it, and then kept walking.
But
No,
you
he
never
took
know
the
with,
phone,
like,
turned around,
AI.
and said, "Who's the now?" And
You never know really with context, though. Like, it is
I didn't
wild.
know
how
he did all that.
you never
think
know.
he
Like,
did it.
honestly, we don't know because we know what the guy said. We know what Jason Kelsey did. We know what he said after. We don't know the before, so we don't know if there was more going on. Like if that guy was just nonstop.
But even with like AI and technology, somebody could have, as like, I don't know, mainstream as they are, somebody can even, I don't know, manipulate stuff.
So our topic, as you know, Thanksgiving time is here. It's a time to be grateful, thankful, and blessed, which we have shown a lot of on this episode. Maybe we can turn the tides with this topic.
So wait, Angelique's episode was last week's, right?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Which one was after that?
We had hygiene last week.
Oh yeah, hygiene. All right, so thank you for knowing that. Right. There you go. There you go, being a good host. So Angelique's episode was 2 weeks ago, and she talked about the 21-day challenge. Boy, howdy, have I just had things to complain about ever since that day. Like, ever since
I
that
do also
day
want to say that
about being
we said on that
complaint-free.
podcast the next day we would do it. We have not done it.
I tried to be mindful of complaining, but literally every single day, like, there's been something.
You know
that's
when
just
I've been
irked me.
mindful the most of complaining?
Hmm.
When I call you. Because then I'm like, oh, I can't complain because we just talked about not complaining on the podcast. And so
Anyway.
I'm like, because like the other day I was going through something and I was talking to you, but I was like, oh, I don't know if I can really talk about this because it feels like it's complaining.
I forgot all about it because not what you were talking about, but I forgot about the complaint challenge. But I thought about that and I was like, I've been complaining literally almost every day.
Well, let's go from one end of the spectrum to the next because we are talking about Thanksgiving. Typical question. I know back in the day we used to do like a whole month of like each day, who are you thankful for? But like seriously, what in your life, name 3 to 5 things that you are thankful for?
I'm going to name 2 things. I am thankful for my friends and family. That's it.
Okay.
So I don't know. Whenever I think about like what am I thankful for, I always think people, right? So like people is what I'm always thankful for when I guess meditate or reflect on this question. So like this week in particular, I've just been really thinking about it and like childhood friendships. I'm just like really grateful for the childhood friendships that I have had, even though those people aren't like currently maybe a part of my life. They were like really impactful. And not like for a somber note or anything, but a lot of the friends that I grew up with struggle with like addiction or I've like lost them to addiction, suicide, one even being this week, which is really tough. Yeah, it's really tough, but thinking about it in like a positive light or a perspective of those memories, like I'll cherish forever.
Yeah.
And there's just something like really special about childhood friendships, especially maybe just for me. There's like hold such a special place in my heart. They've like made me who I am. But I think the perspective that I really have is it's made me who I am because of like the addiction, the mental illness, things that I've seen and the loss I've had in those childhood friendships. Because it's like made me more compassionate, have like more mercy and like understand that a little bit better and like understand the person behind the problem and the battles they're facing. So I'm just like really grateful that I had the childhood friendships that I've had. And then I also get to see like my niece and nephew and their childhood friendships and how special they are. Like, you know, the football, like Little League, Pop Warner. And it's just like, oh, my heart just swells. They're just beautiful. So I'm grateful for that this week.
That kind of sparked a memory for me. Brooklyn this year was so excited about trick-or-treating. She has been in the past, but I mean, this year she got it. Like she knew what it was. She was talking about it for days. So we took Brooklyn and Boston trick-or-treating. And then afterwards, when Boston was tired, I said, hey, I'm going to go take Brooklyn a little bit more. So I did. And I'm so glad I did because we went into this cul-de-sac and she saw we ended up at one of her friends from school's house. And it was like, we're walking up and she's like, Cooper. And I'm like, is this Cooper? And then I got to meet the parents. It's so cool to see that joy in like children. And I can't wait till she's even older and gets to learn things. But also I think for childhood friendships, like you said, people who've been in your life that long, they kind of become like a sibling to you.
Yeah.
And though they have seen you grow through, I mean, puberty to bad situations in your life to difficult things, and watched your journey, even when you like don't talk as much and then get to talk. It's a really special thing. And
they're like formative years. And I don't know if it was just also like my walk of like broken families, poverty, like a lot of like my upbringing. They're just so like, they're the most vivid memories I have of my childhood, of like the experiences with those friends. And man, the love I have for them is just unlike anything else.
That's incredible. I love that. I think that was a very, very good answer.
Thanks.
So for me, you know, and not to be cheesy, but truly, I am thankful for God in my life.
Oh, absolutely.
Also my family, especially my wife, and my kids, but my family and my friends. And I'm thankful for new things. Oh, well, I do want to say I'm thankful for my coworkers. I'm very thankful for my job, but I've had a lot at work lately, and I could not do it without my coworkers. I work with some really amazing people. Also, kind of shout out, November is National Hospice and Palliative Care Month, which I know a lot of people aren't always in need of hospice or understand what hospice is. But what we get to do each day is really rewarding, but it comes with hard days. It comes with heavy days. And how you get through it is the people you work with and the culture that your company creates. And the company I work at has created a very open culture where we just all lean on each other. And so I'm very thankful for my coworkers, but I'm also very thankful for new things. And honestly, this podcast, when Caleb brought it to me, I've always thought it'd be cool to do something like this. So I was like, I'll never do that. And when Caleb like brought it up, and I was like, I mean, we could start it, but you want to start with me? Okay, that's. But it's actually been one of my favorite things to look forward to. So
it brings a lot of joy to my life. I watch every week, laugh, and I don't know if it's because it's so good or because I just love you guys so much. So I might be biased viewer.
Hey, I appreciate it.
I really enjoy it.
I appreciate it. So, and on it, obviously, with my wife, like I mentioned first, we could have not had this level of a podcast without her.
Oh,
so I think for sure, I know we are both really thankful for our producer, definitely, but most importantly, the love of my life.
Yeah. We gave her an award last week, or last time we were here. We gave her
we even hung it.
10K finisher award.
Aww.
It's a little advanced for when we hit 10K followers. So, but like we mentioned in the hygiene episode, we hit 5,000 on Instagram, so we're halfway there.
Hey, that's great.
We did. It's amazing. God is good.
So favorite family Thanksgiving traditions. Do you guys have like specific traditions that your families had or that you remember? I mean, obviously you go to family Thanksgiving and I guess that was my tradition
I don't think we ever I don't remember a tradition other than the Thanksgiving meal itself. There was no all right, it's Thanksgiving, X, Y, Z is going to take place. That just never happened until I started hanging around white people. They were just...
It's always white people. I'm just kidding.
That's my experience.
I was kidding.
But when I started hanging out with Joel on Thanksgiving, he would do the turkey bowl. So
what's that?
Thanksgiving morning, we would go out and play football at 9 a.m. and and it was cold.
I didn't do that a lot growing. I did that 1 year.
I did it a couple times and it was always a thing to look forward to. And so you would show up.
That's true.
Does other schools do that or is it just Blue Springs High School? Because I know Blue Springs High School would host the turkey bowl.
He's talking about
I'm talking about
backyard football.
Yeah. So
it would be a bunch of friends, just friends would just meet up on this field, and it was a tradition to do. And when I started hanging out with Joel, he was like, yo, Thanksgiving morning, 9 a.m., bring a black shirt and bring a white shirt because you don't know what team you're going to be on. And so it would literally be the black shirts versus the white shirts, and we would play for an hour or two.
It's true. I forgot. That is a thing.
So that was the only one. But that didn't happen to me until I was 24, 25 years old.
I think they do that on an episode of Friends, the Thanksgiving Friends episode.
I've never seen an episode of Friends.
I think they play football.
Yeah, I know 1 year we lived in Richmond off T Highway and our yard was big enough. So we just played football over there with the cousins and everything. But
yeah,
I forgot about that.
Other than the meal, there was no tradition that I've ever been a part of.
Same. Yeah. Ours was just excessive amounts of food.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, my question is, do you guys do a set down, table set Thanksgiving dinner? Or is that buffet, come and get it?
So it's funny you actually asked that question. So mine has always been buffet because our houses have never been big enough to have a big long table for all of our family. But we would have adult tables. I remember the kid tables, I was so excited when I could graduate from the kid table. But the food would be on the counters, and we would all make our plates and then go back and stuff. But I will say when I married my wife, they still do a very traditional, it's fancy, it feels but it is a sit down, you sit around the table, pass the food, talk, which is a really cool experience too. So, I mean, I've seen both sides, but growing up, buffet style is how we always did it.
Yeah,
same buffet style.
My sister-in-law's family does the sit down.
Yeah.
But.
My wife, she does she's done both. If it's Friendsgiving, it's buffet style. But if it's the family or whatnot, it'll be like all the food is like placed on the table and then everybody passes it around.
Yeah.
Like when I went to LA and did Thanksgiving out there with the Calvillos, like it was like everybody sit down. Y'all went around and said what
Yeah.
you're thankful for, and I was like, "Can we eat? I'm hungry.
I'm smelling this for a while.
I
This
think
is
I
overrated.
like the sit down like vibes more.
It is beautiful.
But my my mom's family, who I usually celebrate Thanksgiving with, is too large.
Yeah.
Like there's 55 of us. I mean, baptism on Sunday, there was 35 that showed up for baptism.
Yeah.
Just at 9:00 on a Sunday morning. So family is committed.
Yeah, which I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what I love about Thanksgiving the most is I feel like maybe for me like that is when the best quality time I have with my whole family.
Yeah.
Even throughout all the other holidays, like Thanksgiving is because you're not worried about like Christmas. You know, you have to open the gifts after dinner. Like it's literally dinner, and you guys just get to hang out. I know, speaking of traditions, one thing like we always did, I don't know, did you guys ever watch the Macy's Day Parade like in the morning?
Never.
I guess,
Really? Never?
I've never
guess
seen
it
2
was-
seconds of that. Julia's raising her hand. She watched it.
Yeah, no, that's something we would watch every year.
I don't even know what channel it's on.
I
I've
think
never
it's
my
seen it.
mom would like
NBC?
have it on, but I never like sat down and like watched it.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like an afterthought. Like if it's on, it's fine, but I'm not like I gotta put it on.
Yeah, I think we turned it on like because we knew it was on, but like I don't ever remember even looking at the TV.
See, that's wild to me because that's something like I watch, like even with my kids now, I'm like, oh, we got to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade because you get to see the different floats, and I mean, I don't watch every single second. I do record it so I can like see.
Yeah.
Every second?
It's like it's like Christmas music, right? It like sets the vibe. So for me, like the Macy's Day Parade being on, it like sets the vibe, but it's not like necessary. But I think really Thanksgiving to me is the kickoff of the holiday season. But I've never really thought of it as anything else other than like we gonna get together, we gonna eat. Hopefully the weather be crisp and cool, but not too cold, not too warm.
Perfect fall
You never know
weather.
what it's gonna be like in
you
Missouri.
in Missouri, you don't.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of another thing that we do here in Kansas City, and this is kind of on Thanksgiving night. Some people, that's their tradition. Down at the plaza, they have the lighting ceremony. Have you guys ever gone to that, or do you guys go to that? Is that something you?
I went 1 year when I was a child and never had a desire to go back.
Yeah, I've
never been.
I've never had a desire to go.
I've never been. I do have a sweatshirt that says Plaza
The
Lights.
Charlie Hustle one.
No, this is a vintage one I got at a thrift store
okay.
from like the 90s. But I've never gone. My cousin Frank and Camber have always, they've always go every year. So they like leave and go down. But I've never
I mean, it'd be cool. Like, this is gonna sound weird. So one bucket list items. I would love to. I would love to also see the ball drop in New York, which I know sounds crazy because of all the people down there. But I have no desire to go down to Plaza Lights. I've seen it on TV, and like I love going down afterwards and seeing it. But I don't want to be, especially on Thanksgiving. You have had a meal, and then you have to go be downtown. Plus, you got Black Friday to look forward to.
look forward to. I don't know about that.
Oh, I'd say you do.
The lights, though, I would say if I had the right view, like if they made it appealing, like I got this clubhouse or like something to overlook
VIP
it.
suite.
Yeah, a beautiful dinner. Like I don't know.
Well, maybe
guess
if
it
I
is
get
Thanksgiving,
to
but
TikTok sing with Adele on Kansas City Plaza lighting ceremony,
there's
I'll
a
invite you to
Kansas
the
City
VIP suite.
Plaza Lights song, isn't there?
Adele, we can sing it. Tag Adele. What about, so I know you mentioned Friendsgiving. Do you guys do Friendsgiving? Because that's become, I think, kind of more of our generation. It's become a trend to do Friendsgiving and have dinners with your friends. Do you guys, have you had those? Do you do those? Do you enjoy those?
They're great. They're great. They're so great.
I hope so. I'm coming to one at your house.
They're so great. They're great.
I'm so confused by your answer right now.
They're so great.
Can you just like, hey, so I'm going to go back to what I said to Cassie. Caleb, I want to say the same thing to you. Be your true, authentic self because you are a light that people need to see. So just speak from your heart. Listen to your heart.
How do you feel about Friendsgivings?
I'm over them. Look, but I just said like 5 seconds ago that I'm grateful for my friends and family, and I am. I only got like 3 Thanksgivings in me, like 3 dinners in me before I'm like, all right, this is enough. Because I went like last year, I think I went to like 5 or 6 Thanksgiving things. I'm just like, this is
That's
too
a
many.
lot. I mean, that's
This
a lot.
is too many. Like, cause I got like my mom's side, I got like cousins and aunts and uncles, and I got to go to like Emily's aunts and uncles things. And then there's like, well, I think we have like 2 Friendsgivings houses, dinners at our houses. And I was just like, this is.
When you get married, I will say holidays become a challenge.
And so, like, again, I love my friends. When I said I was thankful for my friends and family, like images of every friend, like you can think, if you think I'm your friend, I thought about you when I said I'm thankful for my friends and family. Family
I still
too.
don't know though.
But you know, friends they're great.
Did my image pop up?
They're great, but it's just like, oh,
just for
man.
a glimpse, like a second.
There are elements about Friendsgiving that I like, and then there are elements.
If I was there, would you like it?
There are elements that I definitely don't like, and yeah.
If I was there,
it's just they're great. You know what I mean? So you know.
So I kind of get what you're saying. I do feel like because it's a newer thing, but not so new with our generation where Friendsgiving's become a thing. I do feel like people overdo it where they do it like every friend group has to have one.
Yeah.
I do enjoy Friendsgiving. It's actually one of my favorite dinners to look forward to if it's like my close knit group.
Yeah.
Or like people I can really like, because it's just, you're around your people. Yeah. I'll always take Thanksgiving food. Always.
I'll tell you what I hate though. I hate Thanksgiving dinners with, I was going to say, let me be respectful. Thanksgiving dinners with my side of the family are annoying. I love my family. They don't watch the podcast. I do love my family, but there is a thing called CPT, and I can't stand it because when we try to get together with the family and like I plan it, if I say dinner is at 3:00, I mean let's eat at 3 p.m. I mean, let's dig knives and forks into food. Let's start passing dishes around at 3 p.m. With my family, if I say that and people are responsible for bringing dishes, I have family that's not showing up till 3:45, 4:00.
That's my
with
aunt.
main courses. I'm like, you are bringing the yams. What are you doing showing up at 4:00, acting surprised that we're waiting on you? And that's my... I'm not gonna lie, that's my family to a whole T. Like everybody's like, where is this person? Where is this person? They supposed to bring the rolls. Well, we can't even eat because they ain't brought the plates yet. And
I feel like every family has one, but I mean, you are kind of the pot calling the kettle black. So I'm guessing if you're hosting the dinner, that's the only time you're ever on time.
Well, it's at my house. I can't be late. It's my house
because you always late.
But like no, like because and typically like so now it's so bad that like when I host dinners, I provide everything. Like if you're late, like the day can start without you. And so now it's just like, I don't even care anymore. Like you can come whenever you want to now.
So real quick, because you said yams, and I know that yams is a popular thing, like in the stores for Thanksgiving.
Do you want to know what yams are?
Well, my thing is I've always had sweet potatoes. That's always been our dish. Which is pretty much, is that the same thing as yams?
100% the same thing.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But the way that like people, and I was gonna say black people, but the way my family prepares it, it's like they're in a dish, and like they're like cut up, maybe roughly, maybe finely, but like they're cut up, and it's got sugar. I mean, tons of sugar, tons of butter, tons of other seasonings.
Do you like it topped with marshmallows or pecans?
I think we top ours. I've seen it topped with both. Typically what we see is pecans, and then among like my white friends, they will put marshmallows on top of theirs, and I've seen both. I think my mom will.
Which one do you prefer?
Neither. I don't really. I love, which is crazy because I love sweet potato pie, but yams, like it's almost too, because we call them candy yams, candied yams, but we say candy yams, but it's a little too sweet for me. Like I'll get them, but I don't get like a hearty scoop of them. It's just like,
I love
like one or two.
That's one of my favorite dishes.
Yams.
So, real quick though, do you like pecans or marshmallows on your sweet potatoes or yams?
I don't eat sweet potatoes that are like that.
Oh, okay.
Like
I I like them
don't-
both. I actually like if they're both on there, but I do love that pecan on there.
I'm not a super sweets person though. So I think that's why I'm sure if they were prepared well. Okay, I take that back. Teresa and Mariah did make some sweet potatoes with
You mean Trisha?
Teresa. Do you
just
call her Trisha?
No, it was a joke from
They
the podcast.
did make it. We had like a Friendsgiving at my house one year, and they made the macaroni and the sweet potatoes. They're delicious. And then she told me to put them together.
Oh, yeah.
Blew my mind. Did not know they'd do that.
Which
but
some
that
people
was
have a
good.
thing about not mixing food. On Thanksgiving,
Do your foods touch?
Yeah, on
Everything
Thanksgiving,
to-
my plate is piled to them. It's like this. And I'm just...
That's nasty.
Speaking of...
I just don't eat that very often. That's not what I'm gonna go for. And like our family makes it with like marshmallows. I was like, did you get those sweet potatoes out of a can? Nah, I ain't doing that. And
Nah,
so
baby, we can't be
I
doing
like
that
it.
out of a can.
I like savory. So if I'm eating sweet potatoes,
What
I'm
is
like
your guys' favorite like Thanksgiving dish?
green rice casserole.
Really?
My grandmother makes
Excuse
it.
me?
My grandma makes that every year too. It's not one of my favorites.
What did
but
you
it's-
say?
Green rice casserole.
It's like broccoli and cheese.
I made it for you.
Right? It's broccoli
the-
and
yeah.
cheese, yeah.
I made it for you when we did the cookout.
Oh, I thought you said green bean casserole.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
he
no.
hates green bean casserole.
No.
I like green bean casserole.
I don't like that.
But
The green beans are out of a can usually.
So that's funny. My grandma makes. Did your family ever make like broccoli and cheese casserole, like with rice?
I think we did, but I don't think it was like a part of Thanksgiving dinner. Maybe.
See, my grandma, my nanny, makes it every year as well. It's always a staple. It's not my like go-to. I love it, but
Yeah.
what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Macaroni and cheese.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it's to the point like I don't even care about any like literally I just want macaroni and cheese.
Gotcha.
That's all I want. Like I don't care that and some ham. Turkey, get it out of here.
We'll get to that. So mine is sweet potatoes. Actually, is my favorite. I will always go for the sweet potato, whether it's however it's made. I like it.
You know what I want to try? I want to try sweet potatoes with like a scoop of ice cream. I
Sure,
bet
it'd be
that's
delicious.
balling.
Oh, I bet it is like hot, fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
bet
with the
that's-
pecan crust and then the ice cream.
Sure.
Yeah.
I bet that's balling.
So you kind of mentioned it: turkey or ham.
Ham.
Yum.
Get that turkey.
Really?
Turkey
Unless you do
is
the
dry.
turkey, if you do it right, it's turkey all day. But like, I don't know, 1 out of every 25 turkeys I eat is good.
Like
I will say
it's gotta be dark meat. Like if I'm
See,
gonna do
and
any kind of meat, it's
I
gotta
like
be
white-
dark
I
meat.
like white meat.
You like what meat?
Dark meat is juicier, but I typically go for the breast.
I like the dark meat.
There could be so many jokes made, but so honestly, I mean, I go to Thanksgiving for the side dishes, but
For sure.
I always get turkey. I've never been a ham person. I will
The
say
honey
more.
baked ham though has to be like a honey baked ham.
Oh yeah,
Can't be too salty.
I've had it every single way, and then like just same thing with ham and beans. My family every time they make it, I'll remind them I don't like ham and beans, and they'll be like, "Well, you haven't had it this way." That's the same dang way you made it
Yeah.
every other time. I don't like it. Now I
Yeah.
will say I'm growing to like ham a little bit more. I don't like. I like it the spiraled ham, with pineapple and that stuff because I love me some pineapple. But
Yeah.
I typically will get a couple pieces of turkey and then a whole bunch of side dishes and just load it up.
Yeah.
Double the rolls. I love a good roll. That's how I got some rolls.
Do you like the rolls that are like what's your roll of choice? Because I want to have somebody's like homemade biscuits. Like people usually get like the Hawaiian.
Oh, you want a
rolls.
biscuit?
I want a biscuit.
Oh, I mean, go on.
And I don't think I've ever had like anybody's like homemade biscuits.
I have biscuit cutters I've never used, but it's my favorite Christmas
want a-
gift. My
I
wife
want a
bought me like
homemade
5 years
biscuit.
ago.
I like my aunt will make homemade bread and homemade butter. And so
That's
I
what I
really
want.
like
That's what I'm
that.
talking
I
about.
like the yeasty rolls that they have to like sit and rise and then
Yeah.
they tear into fourths. Yeah.
I just want a biscuit.
Is there a dish you're typically? I'm just trying to go through. We're running on time, so I want to hit these questions. Is there a dish you're typically responsible for?
Now, as an adult, macaroni and cheese.
fine.
Okay, so my brother David swears up and down he can cook. I don't think he's really doing it like that, but like he swears he can make macaroni and cheese better than me. I've given him tips.
Cook off round 2.
What you mean?
You and David.
I actually want to go against you again because I know I beat you the first time. I don't care. But you said you changed your recipe, and I would love to like go head up again against you.
We'll
Hey,
see.
Saturday, we're having barbecue at my house.
we are having a barbecue at Cassie's house. Are you going to that?
Maybe.
That's
No
funny.
pressure.
I have seen that. Listen, this week has been crazy, and I've seen the text thread. I have not got a chance to read it all yet.
That's
but
okay.
I'll
it
be
is-
there.
It is very possible because I love you guys and I love food. So
But yeah.
sounds like a great time. I will say for me, it's actually mac and cheese. Mine started out because 2 years in a row, the mac and cheese got messed up. The first year, someone made it in a crock pot. It just wasn't good. The second year, my uncle was responsible for it. Came in with his big old stove, burnt the mac and cheese, ticked everybody off. You can't burn the mac and cheese on Thanksgiving. And so then I was like, you know what? I saw Steve Harvey show. His daughter made a recipe, and that's why I started it. Which I learned, no
Steve
offense,
Harvey.
but his daughter made it bland. She didn't put no seasonings. She didn't do nothing up there. Very heavy cheese. So now I've adapted a little bit. She's a great cook, and I love her recipe because it got me to where I am. But Caleb got me even further. So yeah, mac and cheese is what I'm responsible for. Literally every year, they're just like, okay, Levi's got mac and cheese.
There you go.
What about for you?
So I have a really big family, and it's too excessive. They do too much food all the time.
There's never
So
such a thing on Thanksgiving.
I've decided that until I start contributing mouths to eat, I'm not bringing food.
I thought you said mouse, and I'm like,
No, until I
we bringing
contribute
rodents to dinner now.
children to bring to this family gathering, I'm not contributing food.
Oh, so you're just
bring-
showing up with the appetite.
You bring
I'm
the
just
plates.
coming.
You bring
I'm
the
into that.
ice.
I'm
Yeah.
into
the
that.
cups.
That's what's up.
No, I don't do that. I bring nothing.
You bring yourself.
I love, but if you knew my family, you would get it. Like we had a barbecue or get together after the baptisms on Sunday, and it was excessive. There's just so much that I didn't even get to try everything. So they just do their thing, and I just show up.
Has a Thanksgiving dinner ever been ruined? Like,
Yeah,
by,
the mac and cheese was burned on Thanksgiving.
what I mean by some drama or a fight or anything.
I don't think so on Thanksgiving.
I'm sure.
I'm sure there was. There's always, I will say one thing I forgot to mention in traditions. My family used to play spoons. You guys ever played spoons?
Mm-hmm.
That was something my family would play every year. And I mean, they got serious. They broke tables over spoons. Like it was, and I was,
funny.
as a kid, I could not wait to be able to play. And I think I got to play 1 year, and then we kind of quit doing it because too many tables had gotten broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So real quick though, we're gonna move into sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your favorite? First of all, what's your favorite pie for Thanksgiving?
For Thanksgiving? Oh, okay. I hate that I'm gonna say this. I would say sweet potato pie and or pumpkin pie because I think they taste the same. So as long as either one, don't do that. As long as either one of them are there, I'm fine.
They're similar, but there's a difference.
It's the same ingredients except pumpkin and sweet potato.
One's
It's
just
the same.
better than the other.
Which is kind of funny because, like, okay, so at my
Have you had
son's,
sweet potato pie?
Oh, I don't think so.
You're about
This
to.
is the funniest thing. So, okay, at my son's birthday party, I had
actually, real quick, I'm gonna have you explain this. My wife has set up where we have a slice. We don't know which one is which. There's pumpkin and there's sweet potato pie. So she's gonna bring that up to us, and I wanted you to actually explain this story.
So this is a funny. This is a crazy moment.
Do you want whipped cream?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay.
So this is
I'll do a little bit.
This is the funniest thing in the world that happened to me. So at my son's birthday party, my family is there, and my family is black. So okay, I got my black family there.
Your family's black. What?
And then I have my wife's white family there
Did
too.
you know this?
And so this is kind of funny
I did.
because we have only pumpkin pie there. And my black family thinks it's sweet potato pie.
Just ignore. Our producer's gonna.
And
hand us
I
pie.
told them this is pumpkin pie. And they're all like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "What you mean? What is that?" And all of my black family, they're like, "We ain't never had pumpkin pie." And I'm like, "Stop it! It exists. What you mean you ain't?" They're like, "We ain't never had pumpkin pie," and I was floored. So I went around asking all of my black girls, "Yo, have you ever had pumpkin pie?" And they're like, "No, what is that?" I was like, "Are you serious?" And then one of my aunts was like, "Why don't you ask them if they've ever had sweet potato pie?" And so I went around and asked all of the white people that were there, "Have y'all ever had sweet potato pie?" And you were the only one that it said.
Really?
You were the only white person that has said they had sweet potato pie.
I never.
I love my mom.
Never. It
My
was.
mom would make it. I love it.
So
Love
I
sweet
want to
potato
know,
pie.
like, this is not a race thing. It kind of is, but low key, like, it's not. But it is. Like, if
Yeah.
you black, have you ever had pumpkin pie?
And if you white, have you ever had sweet potato pie?
It's the funniest thing in the
Let
world.
us
to me.
know in the
Like,
comments.
I was floored by the situation. It blew my mind.
So while we're gonna taste these, we're gonna see if we can figure out which one is which. I will tell you,
they do look alike.
These were not homemade. They were bought in a store. I did not have time to slave for you all.
I do appreciate you bringing treats. This is kind. I'm going in.
I'm tasting Thanksgiving.
All right, that's one.
Tastes like the holiday season.
I know what that one is. This one's gonna be superior.
I feel like we're doing ASMR with us, like chewing into the mics.
This one right here.
Oh,
This is a sweet potato, and it's
I have no idea, but I
That's
know
the same damn pie.
No,
No,
I can tell
I
you.
like this one more, but I don't. I think
This one
one's
is
a
the best
pumpkin.
one right here.
That's
This
the
one is
same
sweet
damn
potato. This one right here is sweet potato, and it is so much better. It's creamier.
Plot twist, it's the same pie.
No, and it has. To be fair, one's Patty LaBelle, one's Walmart. So Patty
It's the
LaBelle,
same pie. They taste the same.
they're
It's like,
very similar, but
it's like Coke and Pepsi. They taste the same.
no, sweet potato's got that thicker, creamier, like.
I have no idea.
So Julie, am I right? Is this one sweet potato pie?
The one on your left is pumpkin. The one on your right is sweet potato.
Okay, I'll
I'm
try
right.
to kind of think first.
Yes, this is sweet potato pie. It is absolutely.
Mariah, you want to
heavenly.
come taste this? Nah, this is crazy. They taste the same. I don't care what nobody says.
They are similar, but you can tell. Like, take a bite of the pumpkin. It's a little bit lighter. The sweet potato has that, like, it's a little bit more dense, creamier. Those seasonings really get into that pie.
Are we gonna get into our weekly segment, or do you want to go like to Black Friday shopping or anything?
I have so much to talk about Black Friday shopping.
Yeah, so let's brush through these. I do want to ask, do you guys practice mindfulness, gratitude, and thankfulness during the Thanksgiving season?
No.
I was thinking I should start, but no, I don't typically.
Hold on, wait. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
When I was in high school, that, like I said, that was the big thing on Facebook. Like, you would post every day what you're thankful for, but
I'm not doing none of that.
I think as you're an adult, we become very busy in our life, and it's hard to practice that. But I think it is a good thing to try to practice. Do you feel like it is important to practice those things?
Well, yeah.
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 Okay.
I think
I
I should
don't-
start definitely doing it more, especially it's a good opportunity going into the holiday season, but I don't.
Do you participate in Black Friday shopping? I'm still eating this mug.
Oh.
You're missing that drop of that sweet potato pie. Patty LaBelle.
Black Friday shopping
Don't you edit none of that out.
is wild to me. And so I think it's
Do you do it?
like generational trauma. So growing up, my mom there's 4 families of the sisters, and each family has families, besides me. But so what happens is you go through all the sales ads, and each family will like sign up for what they want at each store. Then you get assigned a store, and you don't sleep all night. You go stand in these lines, and then you have to get everything for everybody. And then you reconvene at the end of Black Friday and distribute it, and then pay each other. And like one year my mom made shirts. We all had yellow shirts on, and she called us the Swarm. It is wild. And like my family cannot not get a deal. Like if it's on sale, they're going to get it. They're going to be there. And so now, like, I can't even think about going. It gives me anxiety thinking about it. I'm like, no, why was I doing that? Like, what was that about?
That actually makes me really excited.
I'm like, this is terrible.
So obviously, I feel like Black Friday with online and the way COVID happened, like it has changed a lot because you can now get Black Friday deals throughout the month of November, and you get bigger deals, but there's not as big of a presence as there was in a store as when I was a kid and a teenager, like you were talking about.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where it is that craziness because you had to be in that line, and I'm not talking about you had to be in that line right when it opened. You had to be in that line early.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school and I could finally Black Friday shop. Stupidest thing ever. I would go to Zona Rosa. We would get there at 5 or 6 p.m. Did not open until midnight. It was freezing cold. We're shivering the whole time because the first 1,000 people get a $25 guaranteed gift card to anywhere in Zona Rosa with a chance to win, higher amount. I always got the 20. I'm thinking I sat in freezing cold weather for 6 hours for $25. I remember one year I went to American Eagle, bought a pair of gloves.
Yeah,
But-
it didn't even we ain't even celebrating the holiday anymore. Like we ain't even together.
Oh no! And do you remember the people would get trampled at Targets when they would finally open the doors and it was everyone busts through and
Yeah, one time my cousin, she was pregnant. Somebody hit her with a cart. I did not say nice things to the woman that hit.
Good.
I'd also had some beverages, so that was a little wild. But it's just too crazy. Also, another thing my family does is joint garage sales every year. I also don't partake in them.
My family used to do that too.
But there's 8 families in a garage sale, and you put your initials on the tag, and then they making
it
money.
helps so you everyone can do just one at a time. But yeah, you do have to.
It's aggressive.
I feel like garage sales are not as big as they used to be. When I was a kid, it was a thing. You would go down to around neighborhoods and kids would have lemonade stands out and all this stuff. We would make days out of it, and I miss that.
I think I have.
I'm here for a good deal.
Childhood
And sweet
trauma.
potato pie.
I can't go to a garage sale because I think about they would make me work
Put the
garage
pie
sales
down.
too. I had to pack this stuff up and put it away. When I was in the stores Black Friday shopping, they were making me carry everything. I was just a laborer for them.
Well, and as a
That's
kid,
all
I would get
was.
because it is annoying because you always have to do the stuff you don't want to.
Yeah, so now I don't like it at all as an adult
I
because I
remember-
was forced to do it as a child.
One year, Walmart, I was in line to get a PS4 or PS3, which I was in line enough to get one. But when the time hit, it sounded like guns were going off. Sorry, I'm covering my mouth because I got a bunch of sweet potato pie in my mouth.
And on your shirt.
But literally when they went to, and it was the DVD case. As soon as the time hit, it was pop, 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 pop. People were popping in there because DVDs and video games on Black Friday, those were the deals to get too.
Yeah.
Anyways, I loved Black Friday. I love the deals now, but they're easier to get because they're online.
I'm glad that we're off work.
I'm not.
Oh.
Caleb, let's go to our weekly segment, which is called
That's crazy.
So I'm 37, I think. I don't know how old I am. I think I'm 37 now.
49. We've said this on the podcast.
All right. So as a male that exists in this body, I've been peeing for 37 years. And I never had to really think about how I use the restroom until recently when I was in an airport. So this is an interesting story to me. If it's not to you, I'm sorry, but it made me laugh and it was funny to me. So I'm in the airport now. Before I get to the airport, I went to the Mall of America to buy shoes. I was in there and I bought a bag of shoes. Now my carry-on bag is already full. My backpack is full, and I bought these shoes, and they're in a really nice little Nike store bag. So I can't ditch the bag. I can't ditch the shoe box because I'm about my shoes.
You a hustler.
So I have this bag, and I got my my suitcase and my backpack on, and I'm going through the airport. I go through TSA. We're fine. And I go to my gate, and I sit down, and I'm just chilling. I have to go to the restroom. Now I'm with some friends, but they went off to go somewhere else. So it's just me and my bags. And so I'm fine to go into the restroom, but I got this bag and I don't know where I was doing with it or whatever, but I couldn't set it on my bag on my suitcase because my backpack was on my suitcase. And so the bag, I just had to hold the bag. And so I go to the urinal to use the restroom, and I'm like, how do I use the restroom? Because I don't want to put the bag down because I just don't put stuff down on restroom floors. It's gross. So I'm like, how do I use the restroom? And I got to go real bad. So what I did was I put the bag in my mouth, the handles in my mouth. This is what I had to do. But then I realized I could go to the restroom, but I can't look down. And so I can't see what I'm doing. I have looked down for 36 years that I've been using the
I feel like
restroom.
all men should always, and I know I do, look down.
Right. But I couldn't physically, I could look down, but all I saw was the bag.
box.
So I'm peeing on faith. I unzip myself and I get myself together, but I'm like, and I start going, and I'm like, I don't know if it's about to hit the urinal or the wall or anything. I'm just like, I'm peeing with zero confidence out here. And I'm just like, because I can't see. And it was fun for me. That was a fun moment because I did it successfully.
I imagine it's, was it Daddy's Daycare where the kids like peed all over the walls in the bathroom? That's probably what it was like.
No, that was poop. He pooped all over the wall. That's one of my favorite scenes. But yeah.
He walks in, he's like,
yeah. I had to pee without confidence. I couldn't. I had no idea what was going on down there.
one-handed at that point.
Did anybody witness you with the bag in your mouth?
I don't know.
Like
That would be
literally
funny to
just
me.
unzip, one-handed.
I think I was like holding my other bag or something.
Your suitcase is there. You hold a Nike bag. You one-handed.
I didn't think to do all
I
that.
mean, it's harder because you've got to, like, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what the hell that was. But maybe going one-handed did not occur to me.
Yeah.
But it's a two-hand operation for me. I don't know. Maybe I had on some weird pants that required two hands. I don't
Cassie,
know.
what you got? What you got back?
This is great. So I've never been to prison.
Good. I am
At
very
all.
glad. That's good.
Surprisingly.
I'm
It's
actually
good
surprised by
to-
that.
I actually have never been to prison or even jail. Like I'm talking like prison lockup.
Kayla's been to jail.
I know. I heard that.
Yeah, I still don't know what for.
So maybe you'll be able to tell me if this is true or not. I've never been to prison, but I imagine like intake. You see movies like you're going in, they're yelling like eyes forward. They're like hollering, aggressive, coming for you. Like
That's exactly how it happens.
Like, is it? Okay, yeah, exactly. So like
He was in serious jail.
he was like literally handcuffed and like processed it.
Were you on
in,
that
like,
show
Blue
Beyond
Springs
Scared
Police
Straight?
Department?
Go on with your story, Cassie.
So, like, that is what I would imagine it would be like. And so I travel a lot for work, and I typically will leave on a Monday morning. My house sometimes 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m., get to the airport, catching a like 6:30 a.m. flight. And I feel like I'm getting intaked into prison. I like go through security. These TSA people are screaming at me with this like unnecessary.
Take your shoes off. Put your laptop down. Yeah.
Unnecessary energy. Like, why are we being so aggressive? It is early. Like, it's Kansas City airport. So there ain't nothing going on here. You got 25 people in the dang line. They're aggressive and I hate it. And I think they should do better. And I don't need that kind of energy. And
You must not have TSA pre-check.
so I've been traveling for a living for 9 years, going on 10 years. And I have never taken the time to get TSA pre-check. And I travel a lot.
See, I don't have that experience with people yelling at me. Like with TSA pre-check, they hand me a coffee on the way in. It's like, it's so
Not
nice.
even true. They still
TSA
holler.
pre-check is a breeze.
Also, like airports are inconsistent now. So it's like, I should be prepared, but sometimes you don't take your laptop out. Sometimes
it's
you
correct.
do.
Yeah, it depends on the
Sometimes
machine
you
they have
do
scanning.
take your shoes off. Sometimes you don't. Like there's no consistency. You're screaming at me. You're screaming at the 95-year-old lady who like,
Can't
let's
hear.
be kind.
This is
like,
why
what
you
are we
have
doing?
TSA pre-check.
And to be honest,
These things never happen to me.
I get why they get frustrated because there are idiots that come through who like question everything, or they're like, they've told them take the shoes off 10 times, and they're like, do I have to take my shoes off? Do I have to take my belt off? Like I get, like I would
do
be
get
frustrated,
it.
but also when you are doing the right thing and you're like feel like I would be, it's very annoying.
Yeah, and then like it's not consistent in airports now, so don't just assume we know. There just has to be like make a jingle. I mean, Levi, do him a solid, make a song, and then
Adele.
get it to
We can sing it
TSA.
together for a commercial. Tag us, guys. Tag Adele.
Yeah, but I just think it's unnecessary aggressiveness in the airport security, whether you're TSA pre-check or not. Like it's aggressive and it's
agree.
unnecessary.
Not at TSA pre-check.
And I'm not in prison. I'm voluntarily coming in there.
Yeah, you're paying to be there.
Yeah, so I just think it's a comparison.
I will say that, like, if you, before, like, people that don't have TSA pre-check, the experience is quite like jail. But when you have TSA pre-check, it is quite nice. It's almost comforting.
Caleb's
So it's like it's like where Chrisley's at.
When
It's where
I
Todd
walk
Chrisley's at, because like it's like
when
the
I
fancy
walk
jail.
through TSA pre-check, I do feel a sense of entitlement. I feel better than everybody else.
That's
like,
how you just feel every day of your life.
Well, what's your
So I know we talked about Thanksgiving food. Mine is food related. It's not Thanksgiving food related, but I love cheese dip, specifically at Mexican restaurants. Queso, I could eat a tub of that all day long.
It's actually pronounced queso.
It's actually pronounced shut the hell up. So I love queso at Mexican restaurants. And so our power went out last week for a couple hours. And so we're like, well, I guess we're going to go out to dinner. And then it came on and was like, well, I guess we'll cook. And I said, no, we going out.
I already got my mind made
I
up.
want some queso. So we go to the Mexican restaurant. I am so excited to have queso. Like there's nothing like my kids are at the age where they eat my queso. And I was never more frustrated at a dinner than I was that night. I was so ready to get out of there because I don't even feel like I got a fourth of the freaking queso. And all I want now, granted, I love their joy. My wife's giving me the puppy dog face because it was really cute to see them be independent and eat the cheese dip. But I also kind of like next time I will order. I don't know if I can. Have you seen the prices of cheese dip of queso?
Where did you go?
Almost anywhere, it's almost $10 now. It's between $8 to $10 for the bowls.
$4.99. Like what? That's what it used to be.
Yeah. Inflation sucks, but I was very frustrated that night because I had looked forward to queso. Frustrated, and like, it was a mixed feeling because yes, my daughter was so excited. Like she tried the salsa, didn't like it. She saw the cheese dip come. Oh my gosh, lit up. And then my son, we gave him a chip and literally it's like he did this in the womb. He literally just dipped it and read it. But then at the same time, like, can I have some? Like I'm paying here. Y'all want to pay some bills?
Isn't that like just parents in general? Like being a parent, they just eat your food all the time.
It is. I feel like I never did that to my parents. Actually, at Mexican restaurants, I always ate all the cheese dips. So it's probably karma. But I did not get this body without cheese and carbs in my life. And that is queso and tortilla chips. So now I know I need to order 2. 1 for me and 1 for them 3.
Thank you, folks, for watching. That'll do it.
Yeah, he can't speak. He has a stutter.
That'll do it.
Thanks again for watching, guys. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We would like to thank Cassie for coming out tonight and being on this episode. We're very grateful and thankful and feel blessed that you have come out to grace us with your presence tonight. Can't wait to have you back. One day, depending on the likes, you'll get to see the Nubby Nubs.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Why y'all gonna do me like this?
That's so mean.
You just introduced me my whole nub. I'm single. I'm beautiful. People be watching.
I didn't know.
And you're like, so she only has 5 toes. I'm messing with you.